Why can so many people excuse the actions of Nathan Prescott, but then we can't do the same for Chloe Price? I've seen so many people sympathize with Nathan, but then they can't do the same for Chloe, and I'm just wondering why. Chloe and Nathan, in some ways, are two sides of the same coin. They're rough around the edges to everyone around them because they're hurting on the inside. Now, it's no secret that Nathan has heavy trauma on top of mental issues and other social issues that he has going on. And before the storm, you can see that both characters have gone through bullying on top of mistreatment by staff at Blackwell. Chloe gets mistreated by Wells, but Wells coddles Nathan because his family donates to Blackwell. Then people will say, oh, well, Chloe's a horrible person because she wants to steal from the handicap fund. Well, do we even know at that point in time if it goes to a handicap fund? Because we already know that Principal Wells is corrupt and he takes donations and treats the kids that are richer better than all the other kids. We know that Chloe is not rich. She got in on a scholarship. And then people will say, well, he's had a rough home life and parents don't really care about him. As if Chloe Price did not have a rough home life. You know, where her stepfather literally hit her. As if nobody listened to her or cared about her feelings, about her deep grief over her dad dying. They both go through the same thing. They don't feel like they're noticed at home. But I draw the contrast here because Chloe was hit for many years from Before the Storm to Life is Strange when she says to David, that's the last time. Where Nathan, his first offense was beating Samantha. We find evidence of that in Before the Storm where we found out that Samantha's ribs were broken by Nathan and you can hear the parents bickering over it. And then we see in Life is Strange where Nathan spirals, he even hits Warren. Little old innocent Warren. He has already murdered Rachel and then he's willing to murder Chloe. We know that he's gotten psychiatric help from a file that we find in the dark room, which it's clearly not working. But I really don't understand how people can excuse the actions of Nathan Prescott when he is literally a little Mark Jefferson in the works. And I'm not saying that he wasn't groomed by Jefferson. He absolutely was, because Jefferson showed interest in him. Because Jefferson is a psychopath that knows how to read people, so he can prey on the ones that he can manipulate. And Nathan is a perfect example. Nathan wanted an adult figure, a father figure to look up to. So when Jefferson showed interest in him and he's like, hey, I care about you. Let's do things together. He's like, oh my God, yeah. I'm not sitting here saying that Nathan's story isn't tragic. It is very tragic, just like Chloe's and a lot of other people's stories at Blackwell. But it just gets on my nerves that how can you excuse all of the things that he did in multiple games, and then you crucify a character who is also the victim? If you don't like Chloe Price for X, Y, and Z, that's totally cool. But it just seems like people don't take the time to understand why she acts the way that she does, but then you're going to understand the actions of Nathan Prescott. It just seems a little hypocritical to me.